Hemos vuelto. Sigamos. Candes. Ah, pues ya los betes estos, las bestias estas de la arena, que decía. Oye, pero ¿cuánta gente hay aquí, tío? ¿Pero cómo hay tantos bichos?
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
Vamos.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the flame main in action.
I'll be sure to put on a good show.
¡Vamos!
Let's go.
Bueno, más que yo se va a encargar el señor Cyno, chaval. O realmente Kazuha, que es el que quita daño. Porque como tengo que depender de Cyno, que quita negativo. Ah, bueno, mira, ahora quita más, 4000 y pico, ya está bien. Teniendo en cuenta que está a nivel 1. Joder, quita bien, Cyno. Que tiene talentos nivel 1, literalmente. Y los artefactos no es que sean tampoco. Si fueran los mejores artefactos del juego, vale, pero... A ver, obviamente Kazuha quita más. Creo que Kazuha está bien moldeado.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Otro viejo.
Ah,
Luego
my
otro pavo de
apologies.
esto, macho.
I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hand. I am the chief of Aru village.
Sir,
Tío Ampu.
I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such...
I
Lo
can't
puedes.
say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent.
Todo muerto.
Besides sandstorms.
Another. So, Irminsul's withering causes.
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves.
Hombre, a ver, teniendo estas bestias, yo supongo que aquí todo el mundo sabrá más o menos pelear, ¿no?
Speaking of which, why have
Village Keeper? Who are they?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars, exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me...
Probablemente.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate.
Ah, se los ha llevado la academia.
If you're planning to stay,
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them,
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these.
Ah, le pasa como a... ¿Ves? Los conectan al escaramuche. Supongo, vaya.
Is it really a good idea to tag along with Cyno? You seem like you really don't trust him.
Parece que no, aún no confías. Vaya, yo tampoco
I'll be
no aún
grateful
no
for the
confío. O sea
assistance.
que...
Let's start by finding a spot to ship.
Venga, vámonos. Vale, lo que va a haber para explorar después de la historia, Madre de Jesus. Voy a pillar el TP, que luego... Es que yo me conozco y sé que luego voy a estar queriendo morirme porque no tengo TP aquí y por no venir aquí, pues luego media hora dando vueltas. Vámonos. Mira, un coco.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Porque los
One of my
protege.
former subordinates told me that this title has its The Academia has long exiled mad scholars. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before.
Huh.
But initially, the people of Aru Village, Great Aru Village, was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. Despite the
tenía
powerful
elemento
tremors that
dendro,
ripped
¿no?
through the ground that night. All the houses remained upright.
Sí.
After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad...
Soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village?
Sí. O la única no lo sabes, yo que sé. Igual otro dentro también lo puedo hacer.
Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Cyno, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities.
Entonces se podía meter la energía.
Oh, no wonder. Everything makes sense.
If you were able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone. So, what do you make of the story? Really?
Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars.
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current, the
Hombre, la acabo de ver y se la han
far
llevado.
greater importance on the late Greater Lord RUKKHADEVATA. They've more or less ignored Lesser. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds.
Es que son unos desgraciados los de la academia.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind...
I've spent many years in
¡Ah, joder! Pero tú.
Good! Then you should know...
That look in your eyes.
Vale, no mal, Cálmate, Cyno.
I've never... How can this be to think? Our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skip...
Vamos.
Excuse me, are you...
Loco, otro random.
My grandpa? Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Huh.
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa...
The person you're referring to is not a local.
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my
¡Ah! Gracias, niño. La verdad es que ayuda bastante.
I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with...
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever.
Whoa. Haven wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp sense.
También se lo podría haber inventado ahora mismo.
I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Vale. A tus órdenes, General Cyno de la Materra. Vamos a ver, Candace. Ah, que está aquí. Buff. Ahí, no.
Cyno is super...
Ah, you're back already.
Buff.
He just wanted to come.
Yes. Isak's parents were both Arab, unfortunately, later. However, this one summer night, so Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find...
All this somehow just...
Perhaps. It's
Bueno, que dice que el
also
abuelo este es
right-
super guay, que es el mejor abuelo del mundo.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate God watching over them.
Huh? What?
No, nothing.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I...
Pero que es un... Pero, ¿te das cuenta que vamos literalmente a ir al desierto? Y es un niño random.
Hey, Isak!
Digo.
It's you. We've cleared
Igual lo encontramos muerto. Vale, acto 3 completado. Falta el acto. Pero, ¿aquí acaba? Pero, ¿cómo van a acabar todo en un acto? El rey DESHRET y los 3 peregrinos. A ver, igual sí, pero... ¿Cuánto ha durado el acto? ¿2 horas y pico?
You mean the village keepers? I was eating dinner the other day.
¿Cómo van a acabar esto en 2 horas? No entiendo.
Anything else?
Vamos a hacerlo de seguido, el acto. Vamos, hombre, que si lo hacemos. Ya verás la gracia que me hace es resubir todo esto, porque como tengo el primer directo que se bugueó, el segundo que tuve que volver a meter, y luego el tercero que es este, o sea, verás tú.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them, but honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Pero que no fueron ellos.
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice... He was actually the one who protected my house. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever...
Gotcha.
Creo que literalmente no tienen nada que ver. Es una diosa, tío, que no es esta gente random. Que son unos matados estos. El general Cyno de la Mahamadramanas. ¿Qué había ahí, tú? Está sonando algo raro. A ver, notitas. Ven aquí.
Sir?
Oh, well, if it is...
Ya, Bari. Yo.
Oh, yeah.
I've known you since you...
Wow, what? Okay.
Oh. ¿Qué pasa?
Don't say anything for now.
Ajá.
Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay cool.
Ah, ahora se activa. A ver. Hay una... What? Hay un aquí, tú. A ver si hacemos un gato. Ah, esto es lo que sonaba. Ya decía yo. Vamos. Anda, mi clon. Buff.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
¿Quién está haciendo bien?
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
A mí me lo confirmó
The
.com.
village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever.
Más eruditos de mente.
Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and the Scarlet King.
Qué bien, qué rico
Isn't it a sign of
todo.
the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the
Joder, qué rico.
for the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Igual tú eres el siguiente, ¿eh?
Now that you say it.
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Esos mentecatos.
Repeat everything you've just said
Buff.
from the very beginning.
Venga, repíteselo, crack.
Huh? Who are you? Where did you come from?
De los
patience is
Acamedilla.
very thin.
¡Ojo!
You heard what I asked.
Venga, chaval.
Bro, this guy's
Pa' que
something
vuelvas.
else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move and he's gonna flay us alive.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Joder, en serio, pensaba que sí que lo eras. Pensaba que lo podías matar de un golpe, vaya.
What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear, and that the...
Vamos, Cyno.
Hey, go on.
Ojalá les decapite, tú. ¿Te imaginas?
It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under the Scarlet King and fight for a share of the glory.
Joder, qué rico.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know.
Got it. At first, I told myself, please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors.
Ojalá solo te golpee. Tiene una lanza, tío.
Around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Huh.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably...
No, not at all.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
Huh.
No, of course not.
I have many ways, so you'd best just don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this.
La frase del trailer.
Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Bueno.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
Más te vale.
That scared Paimon half to death. Cyno is...
¿Qué va? Molan huevo el Cyno.
He didn't try to reassure us at all.
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a
Es lo
strong
que hay,
lead.
¿no?
But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Venga, vámonos.
I'm
Where's your grandpa's
Isaac.
house?
Well, I can take it.
Este pavo, el niño este nos traiciona o está loco. Ah, que es por aquí. Niño... Venga. Mira, unas ruinas ahí. ¿Te mueves o qué? No la pino ni idea. ¡Hala, qué guapo! De noche mola que flipas, chaval.
Grandpa, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other
Venga,
times he
niño.
just looks at the ground with his fingers.
Ah, mira qué guapo la arena.
He yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him.
Venga,
He's
corre.
a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Vamos, Isaac. Venga.
This is where Grandpa...
Joder, vaya casa que tiene tu abuelo,
There isn't much here.
No.
Incense. But are you okay?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I...
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the dead.
So,
Huh?
Ah, ¿en
Thank
serio?
you. Are
Lol.
you two friends?
No esperaba esto, que conocía a Tainari, este tío.
yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Panas.
Wait, surely Tainari didn't lecture you too.
No. No.
Ah,
Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest.
qué grande que eres, Cyno, joder. Vale, por aquí. Quiero escarabajos, tío, pero no... ya, ¿qué? Pista, muy bien, pistas, pero ¿qué? Porque hay aquí hierba, pero no. Hay hierba, pero no hay hierba. Designar huellas, vale. Ah, por aquí. No. Pero estos son huellas. Sí, estos son huellas, ¿no? Sí, pero ¿qué? Examinar huellas. Ahí está. No. Está triste el niño. Ah, no. Simplemente era que es tonto. Pensaba que estaba triste.
What are you looking for, Cyno?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Literalmente no hay nada.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here.
Mira qué bien.
From the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. This the scent is quite faint.
But who would come look?
We'd have to ask whoever lured him.
Huh? So you can lure? Hey!
Exactly. Most even deep within the clutches of.
No.
So someone's taking advantage. Are the rumors?
¿A qué le importa al abuelo este niño que van a...? Pero que acaban de secuestrar literalmente al Arconte. O sea, ¿estáis bien?
Please, you have to see my grandpa.
Sounds like we'd better.
Let's head to RU.
O sea, creo que hay prioridades, ¿no? Antes de hacer el subnormal. Digo, ¿eh? Igual raro soy yo.
Right.
We're back, Candace. We've got a lot to
Ah, welcome back.
Vosotras también, ¿eh? Bien, aquí panísima. Va a morir la diosa, ¿eh? Tranquilo todo el mundo, que nadie se alarme.
Oh, Dia's here too.
You bet.
Reasonably.
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him. Did you find out anything? I see.
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the
Mira
wall.
espiando.
Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't. Not to mention making incense. It seems someone from beyond the wall.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also...
If Paimon remembers correctly...
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook.
Tres matados es lo
A
que
whole
son.
lot of them are known around these parts. These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they
verdad,
want
Jabari
to
es
from the
bastante
Scarlet
mejor.
King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the Academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia! You're amazing! You really
Qué
know
bien.
this place inside...
Ah, nos están viendo,
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every Mora...
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Simon.
What?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you
Ah,
has
la
already got
rubia que va con ropas blancas y el símbolo de Electro, no, claramente pasa bastante desapercibida.
The desert is unforgiving, so the way of
Bastante,
life
nadie
here
se ha dado
is
cuenta de que
also
llegaba
a
ahí.
lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions. Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will...
Menos mal que eres muy tonto y que de ella lo está haciendo simplemente para que te quedes aquí y no te sigan los otros dos, pero joder. Vaya plan de subnormal. Vamos a ver. Ay, al carabasar esto otra vez.
Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the...
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block? It was only after I grew up that I realized. The wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control.
Otra frase del tráiler.
Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, Almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied.
Ah, porque
The academia believes we're
está muy alejado de Sumeru, ¿o qué?
Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate. Even though the academia knows very well that we're human.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Pero no construyó la RUKKHADEVATA, este muro que dijeron. Espero que no cometan una locura aquí.
You're not thinking about doing anything.
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure.
Yep, we got. Shh.
Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful
Sí,
with
la
our
verdad
mission
es que,
started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern.
Vamos a la taberna. Uy, Cyno, no te vale.
Just our luck.
You mean you don't see anyone?
Dia, is that you?
Pero este random también.
What a coincidence. You're here for...
Zaki.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
¿Ves? Este sí que lo he notado.
Hello, hello. I'm Zaki.
We've had drinks together a few. Anyway, as far as my friends.
Absolutely. Much better.
Yeah. Have you seen Edgar, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Oh, joder, qué bien.
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking to...
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested.
Ah, how thoughtful of you.
Es una manera bonita de decir que les va a partir la cara a los tres.
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family.
Yes, how
les va a partir la cara en cuanto los vea. A ver, el Zaki este. Está a 100 y pico metros. Bueno, a pie. Pero no hay ningún TP entre medias. Me parece raro. Vale, hemos llegado.
Are we there yet?
A ver el Jabari este.
This place is practically deserted. What
Le van a atacar o algo así,
Why don't you take a guess?
¿Ves? Es que...
A wild stab in the dark.
Es que no sois muy listas, vaya.
You're like lambs to the slaughter.
Sois un poco tontos. Sois un poco tontos, la verdad.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village?
Ah, era el tío ese que estaba
Boys have kept
vigilando.
it close. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar.
So, you've been...
Venga, mátalos a todos,
You
anda.
left it.
So you and Delavar have been...
But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in...
If that's the case, then I'm sure...
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samio would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Edgar. You're here too.
Mira, los notas, mátalos a todos.
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of the Scarlet King despise the most.
Otra frase del tráiler.
I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand that the Scarlet King...
Yeah, gee.
Unirte a nosotros, pero si no te quiere unir a nada.
Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars. All because of...
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Toma.
Just as I expected.
¡Vámonos!
Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Tirorín, tiran. A ver. Niaga. Toma. Estos se aguantan bastante menos, o sea que... A ver, en verdad tampoco quita poco el... ¿Qué pasa? Que estos son nivel 90 y yo soy nivel 20 o 40. Y sin talentos a nivel 2 ni eso, o sea que...
Impossible. So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an and of course you would believe even though you heard we went. That so-called flame main is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought. And you were stupid enough to fall for it.
Qué tonto es, la
I figured
verdad.
as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart.
¡Toma!
Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru?
No task can be done without preparation.
Oh, but in
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries.
Huh.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the alcohol has a way of making
Y el otro es el
people share
importante,
what
¿no?
they really
El
think.
Yavari este, pero que me suena mucho por
He's just a
el nombre.
numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and that's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted...
Ah, de eso me sonaba.
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impression.
Wow! What a genius idea!
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual.
Joder, esta pava, tío.
About how mercenaries...
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia, do you dislike the...
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the
Menos
Dental
mal.
Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god... I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief, but
Hombre, que si es una artimaña de los
and
academillas,
unlike
chaval.
them. Anyway, looks like we're done.
Vámonos. Candace.
This should be all of them. All right. Candace will be okay on her own. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some...
While I'm questioning them.
I'll meet
Pues
you
sí,
back
estaría
here
bien.
tomorrow morning, traveler. As for these idiots...
Vamos. A las 6. Dale, 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 dale. Vamos a ver.
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
Paimon's been one...
We've known each other for some...
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean.
Yep. I guess you can put us mercs on the other hand.
Well, Paimon thinks you're...
Really?
Este chaval. ¿Cuánto iba esperando aquí este tío?
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Matar gente.
Sharing some interrogation technique.
Oh! You mean you taught Candace some more?
Right.
Algo así,
Come
le
on
partió
in,
la cara.
everyone.
Vamos.
Come on. Let's go inside.
Venga, 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 venga. Vemos otra cinemática así, guapa, guapa.
Candace, where... Whoa! You look
Joder.
furious.
Y el viejo este ahí, ultra random.
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true...
Perhaps I need to work. Still, it's perfectly understood.
Yes, please.
Well, looks like Cyno taught
You fear death yourself. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the village keepers. They are vital members of our community. You come here to...
You've made your...
We may both be desert dwellers. The people of Aru village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough. A war would only cause us...
We understand. I'll tell you everything I know. Please,
Joder.
just-
No sé qué les ha hecho, pero qué mal rollo.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher.
They're
Dottore.
called village keepers.
Dottore o Escaramuz.
Again.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return,
That's one.
A mí me preocupa más saber el tío que literalmente les ha dicho que esta gente tal.
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then you die by my hand.
Oh.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
Strike 2.
He got us to lure them out of their house.
Ay.
Some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear.
Pobre hombre, me ahora da pena.
Traveler, go on.
Vamos. Eso.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another that guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself the Scarlet King's envoy.
Ese es el Dottore, ¿no?
I believe I may know what's going.
Uncle Anpu.
Dottore. ¿No? Porque Escaramuz no sé. ¡Joder!
Okay, speak.
Ah, eso no lo quería que no escucharan. Le he tumbado. Sí, es Dottore. ¿No? Es Dottore seguro, porque se cubre la cara. Escaramuz no se cubre la cara. Tiene el sombrero, pero no se la cubre.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely.
Sí.
They were the.
Es Dottore.
Academia again.
Just as I thought, but what could they want?
People are nothing but tools in the... Regardless.
You're right. Time to go. Let's...
Yes.
Vamos.
You got it. Candace, all right.
Let's meet back here.
Yo me iría dando prisa, que se va a morir el Arconte. Oh. Algeizam.
Well, as you can see, I am merely.
Es verdad, ese tío de repente se ha pirado y ahora acaba de volver. Sí, sí.
You never think things through before asking questions.
Joder.
Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname. There's just nothing super obvious to.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, anyway. You.
Yep. Enough with this.
No. I'm just surprised.
El Cyno.
All Hatham. You haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village.
Yeah, you're all.
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important.
Huh? Right here?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone.
What is that?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single...
You mean...
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily... By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share if glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace...
Those eyes.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Cyno's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking if...
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could...
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. even though they act a little strange.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected our village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then what?
By getting involved with enough...
I'll pass on. You said that she's afraid of me.
We're on it.
Es que Cyno, es que ha visto la fuerza de Cyno y ha dicho, va, aquí no me meto. Mira la pirámide, chaval.
Miss Shawnee.
Mr. O'Hare.
Huh? What?
Go ahead and talk to her. Go on. Burn.
Is it really that simple?
May I call
No viajera.
Hi, Trap. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why is that? That's very similar to what before. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Y hombre, yo espero que sí, porque con los academia estos... Bueno, más que de otra nación, no sois de ninguna nación. Que es casi que más sospechoso, o sea que...
My apologies for posing my questions like that.
Told us you have your reasons.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the...
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors.
Yeah. Some people can be... Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretend, and then it happened.
Pero que está todo el mundo súper mal, tío.
I'm sure she'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you, I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than...
Joder, mira que bien.
I'm not sure. It's faint. It used to
¿El
be
Rey
louder
Escarlata o
and more
qué?
frequent.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They all... But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would...
There's really nothing around these parts.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar. But it's been...
Qué bien, un hospital abandonado al medio del desierto en el que curaban una enfermedad que probablemente traía la muerte. Mira qué bien. Voy corriendo, vaya. Vamos a ver, acá a 200 metros. Joder, anda que no está lejos. Vale. Por aquí supongo que es la ruta más rápida. Mira, un dendro esto. Que por cierto, a ver si encontramos por aquí un escarabajo de estos. Que quiero. Por aquí en teoría había un par. Que he visto en el mapa. Que hay un mapa que te dice dónde está todo. A ver. Espero que sean medio fáciles de pillar, Vamos a ir al City. Toma.
A familiar sight.
Joder, qué pesados. Sí, es que no te voy ni a matar, chaval. Aquí dice estos. Ya verás, ya. Pum. A ver, pum, pum, va, chaval. Vamos. Vale. Que vienen más, joder. ¡Ostras! Este ya es un problema más grande, teniendo en cuenta que no tenemos ningún personaje fuerte. Me muero. Joder, vaya paliza que me está metiendo el señor. Venga, muerte. Oye. Ya vale, Claro, que el tío este tiene poquísima vida. Pues vamos a pegarle con esto, anda. ¡Pumba! Ñau, ñau, ñau. Toma. Pues quita, joder, quita un huevo para estar a nivel 40, tú. Madre, qué guapo está Cyno, tío. Lo que pasa es la ulti. Todo serio.
This is the one.
I am the one, the one, the one, the one. Toma.
Let's go in and take a look.
Joder, Paimon, te asustas por nada, tío. Venga. El hospital. No hay nada, literalmente.
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then.
¿Seguro que quieres ir a un hospital donde se supone que se oyen llantos de noche? Digo yo, ¿eh? Ah, vale, perfecto. Es un planazo. Perfecto.
Okay, sure. So.
MRU, chaval.
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
Tú calmado, míralo. Parísimo.
Hey, Paimon, and anyway.
Pues vamos, sabes muchísimas cosas, Paimon. Una constelación. La usaba yo, te imagino. ¿Lo estoy oyendo hasta yo?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Vamos al Heizam.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
Mira bien.
Something is off about the interior here.
Va. Qué guapo, ¿no? Ese es el verdadero laboratorio, ¿o qué?
As I thought.
Wow. It's like the top. Oh, it looks like there are
Como el True Love del Undertale, tú. Debajo del verdadero laboratorio. ¿Cómo que hay por el hospital? A ver, ¿cómo hago? Vale, bueno, me ha hecho daño, pero da igual. Me ha tepeado aquí arriba por la cara, por cierto. Ah, no, arriba. ¿Pero dónde? Yo qué sé. Y yo qué sé que hay por el hospital, tío. Dice por... No entiendo nada. Ah, esto de aquí. Vale. Tiene sentido, pero no tengo dentro. O sea que... Voy a tener que cambiarme de equipo, tío. A ver, equipo de... El general de tus muertos pisados. Aquí está. Vale. Uno. Ahí hay otro. ¿Esto qué? Ah, vale, un tonto. Esto es nuevo, tú, ese enemigo, ¿no? Es un dinosaurio. Mola un huevo. Mola un huevo, es como el... Los pequeñitos esos, pero tocho, hombre. Qué guapo. Me va a morir. ¿Ya o qué? Vale, gracias. Yo creo que te calles ya. Paso de ti, venga. Para que vuelvas. Aquí va a haber otro, ¿no? ¿No? Y va a estar arriba. Ajá. Pam, 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 pam. ¡Qué guapo! Pajaritos y un escorpión. Esto está guapo. Vamos. Aquí vamos a entrar con el general Mahamatra. ¿Esto es un cofre, no? El general de me reviento. Espérate que me ha salido el juego ahora. Pumba. Uy. Ahí de urgencia. Sí, comida de esta semana, venga. Ahí de urgencia. Joder. Qué bien. Perfecto, vamos, aquí seguro que era diversión las cosas. Ibrahim, muertes, el resto están en blanco. Florero antiguo, me da igual. ¡Oh! ¿Temática? Ah, no. Yo atacaría y luego preguntaría, pero bueno. ¿Qué es una ilusión o qué?
Didn't expect to see him here.
Ah, no, pues es un de los locos.
A senior of mine at the...
He's a scholar too?
No. And Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest. Leaving that question aside for the moment. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. There are drag marks on the ground.
Ah, aquí están los eruditos estos y se los
Someone
llevaron.
was forcefully drawing a...
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry. As if they were afraid of being... The symptoms are identical.
Huh?
Allow me to jog your memory.
Vale.
Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
¿Que quién? Ah, este tío.
Correct.
Pero será por lo de la caja, ¿no?
To deduce the rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, as well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises.
También, ¿verdad?
Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King, and look for no further explanation than different. The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It makes...
Oh, that makes a lot of... But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars...
Para sacrificarlos, igual para el tonto este.
One thing has changed. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons. An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone... if you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them.
Resource?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be...
Joder, y de ahí viene el conocimiento, qué bien.
Extracted? You mean...
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible.
Qué rico.
Perhaps the process caused them great suffering.
So, the human brain... No.
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm from... Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were... Or perhaps, his cure...
Hyman's a little confused.
Oh. Irminsul. Oh. El doctor y con escaramuche.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
Necesitan todo lo que puedan, ¿no? De los recuerdos estos del Irminsul.
Gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting can't... However, I can't... The academia is going out of their... I've spent quite some time trying to analyze...
You mean you're not even slightly...
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge. Extracting information...
Sounds like you're really a...
Of course. The academia, whether it be academics or not, this matter needs to...
Wait! Didn't you...
Not to be callous, but no.
Joder.
Of suffering in Sumeru,
Sí, la verdad es que sí, claro. Sí, no, sí, es que tienes razón. Es que no sé qué hacemos aquí, la verdad. Deberíamos estar ayudando a la Gida, que si no va a morir todo el mundo.
The divine knowledge capsule is something
Hyman's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them.
Though I must say, I quite enjoy. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great.
I'm just a more likable person.
Hombre, al menos no es un NPC clónico como todos los demás, chaval.
He won't last long if we leave him here.
Bien.
We'll work out our next step after we return.
Vamos. Espérate, voy a ver si había otras. Algo aquí había. Llave antigua. Nah, pero eso ya seguro para una misión por aquí. Ya está, ¿no? Aquí no hay nada más. Sí, porque aquí estaba esto. Sí. Aquí ya no hay nada más. Vale, vámonos. A la aldea Aru. A ver si se pone ya la cosa otra vez interesante, tío.
We're back.
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
Menos mal, ¿no?
What's the situation?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's...
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar hospital served as the academia's site.
Ah, pero lo tomaban directamente de ahí, ¿o qué?
Knowledge.
Mira qué bien.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village, since divine cant and knowledge has been in circulation for
Sí,
a while.
ya desde que estábamos con Dori ya tenían las cápsulas estas.
Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail.
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst.
O igual Dottore nos está siguiendo y sabe lo que estamos haciendo.
Whereabouts to the academia.
Joder, Paimon tampoco lo diga la leche.
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Cyno, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Oh.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Porque le pueden ver a través de él. Ah, porque tiene la caja igual o algo así. No, no tiene. ¡Qué máquina!
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Cyno's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, I'll hate them, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Cyno isn't like any of us.
¿Por qué? Porque es del desierto.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra?
Oh.
As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive
Acceso a información. Vale.
Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you if you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure
the academia...
It's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru.
Le controlan la
They
mente
have
o
a
algo así.
special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a RUKKHADEVATA.
Yo.
On this day, the academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra.
Porque es el mejor y le tienen una envidia que flipas.
Preferred methods of enacting judgment. Everything.
You're saying that the academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important.
The Akasha is capable of The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart,
Como un mega ordenador,
the route you would
literalmente.
follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The academia
Vaya
has been
troleo,
watching
chaval.
you longer than you think.
No sé de que el audio se ha quedado
So
parado o
that's
qué.
how it is.
O es que los
Cyno
de
appears
las
to
traducciones han
feel
jugado
so
un
strongly
porro que
that
flipas.
he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. They need scholars who are... Cyno, don't take it to heart. This just...
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself.
No, pobre Cyno.
It's not like any of us would have known.
Literalmente.
I have an idea.
A ver la idea.
If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
A la
Back fast.
pirámide.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger.
Oh, so that if the academia is trying...
¿Dónde ha estado Cyno?
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going.
¿Y eso es?
I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Oh.
Let's go, guys. Please, wait. I want to go too.
Loco, pero que eres un niño random.
Find Grandpa.
Joder, que es que eres muy tonto, tío.
I leave him in your hands.
Ah, gracias, no te lo lleves tú, ya, nosotros. Vale, muchas gracias, el peso muerto, guay. Alcanza a Cyno. No, pero no hagas eso, alcánzalo. Ahora vuelvo. Míralo como van evitando. Dios. Va. Vamos por aquí. Qué guapo, ¿no? La aldea esa que está como en una pendiente así, guay. Mira, un coconut. Un dátil. Lo mismo. Ya lo sabía, era para ver si estaban atentos. ¡Bof!
So, where do we go from here?
Rectísimo.
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
Vale. ¡Míralo, míralo! ¡Ole, panas!
The back of my hand.
Panísimas. Va.
Because you play here a lot?
Míralo cómo mola,
One
chaval.
time, Grandpa almost
Qué
got
guapo
lost
está
in
la
the
pirámide, tío. Está
desert,
que
but I was the one who
flipas.
brought him back.
A ver.
There's something here. What's this?
Una cápsula.
It's buried in the sand.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work.
Pues sí.
Okay.
Es los terminales, ¿no?
These are likely
Sí,
fragments of an academia-developed device, something akin to
De verdad,
a
un
handset.
casco.
Looks like there were more than one village keeper. Let's split up and search the area.
Vale. Joder, son iguales.
This is definitely a device you...
How did it end up buried in the sand? They must have been attacked.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry. Your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Claro, es verdad. Sí, tiene sentido.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
O sea que justo cuando se estaban pirando, ¿no? Porque vieron a Cyno venir. Pero tú ¿estás drogado o qué? Ha hecho una vuelta muy rara este tío, míralo. Buenísimas.
Is flying over sand tiring too?
Of course it is.
Qué guapo, mira. Pim, 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 pum. Mango. Me encanta que pone aquí a la derecha Kaedehara Kazuha y luego pone Cyno. Ya está. No se necesita más.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
Ojo.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
No, ¿esa es mala o qué? No, no creo. ¿Qué haces, loco? ¿Qué hace?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that
¿Pero tú quién eres? Eres un random Ramman este, no sé. Sí, pues sí.
You've betrayed Aru Village.
Va.
So, this is the great General Mahamatra.
Que te calles, que te mato de un golpe, chaval.
Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself. I have the means.
Igual mi ideal es literalmente decapitarte ahora mismo.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
Joder.
Doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand mission.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone.
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring the Scarlet King back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia?
Me ha tornado
Even
ahí.
if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the academia's forces and fight
Pero
our way
no lo
down
pueden
the wall.
traspasar y ya. O sea, nosotros lo traspasamos todo el rato, tío, no sé. No es bastante fácil de pasar.
Think about it. The academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison.
Literalmente.
If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the academia, but neither of them are as arrogant.
Además de que tienen a dos Fatuis, uno que es el segundo más poderoso de todos los Fatuis y el otro que se quiere convertir en un dios, literalmente.
You look more like pawns of the academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord RUKKHADEVATA have to
Que
say?
está muerta, chaval.
Filthy traitors. You're gone.
¿Está más muerta esa también?
Perhaps. Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips. But I could be persuaded to take their place as your... These scholars were exiled from the academia. I, on the other hand, am their...
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you...
Precisely.
¿Pero por qué no nos matas aquí a todos? ¿Qué eres? O sea, plan, somos 5 contra 3. Bueno, y el niño no cuenta como uno, pero 4 contra 3 igualmente.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces.
You are the scribe. What do you have?
Not all desert dwellers believe in the Scarlet King, and the same applies to the academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the academia's way of doing things?
Muy gracioso.
You academia scum.
¿Pero tú eres tonto?
Every last one of you is
Parte la
nothing
cara.
but a hypocrite, just like...
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision.
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Arconte.
Joder, ¿iba a secuestrar a uno de sus amigos?
We've known each other for...
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the academia, you need to steel yourself.
An arm from the Flame Mane. What if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're merc.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my...
Let's do it right here, then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Pero no es tu brazo derecho.
Don't listen to him. He's not even.
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
Ah, pero es un...
We came here to save lives.
O sea, es de metal el
One
brazo
arm
este,
for that many
es
people is
falso.
still a pretty good deal if you ask me. Rama.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
Pero ¿cómo le vas a...? ¿Pero será de metal o qué? ¿Será de metal? ¿No será la armadura? ¿O sí? ¿Pero cómo le van a cortar el brazo si es de verdad? Claro, joder.
That's not for you to decide.
Pero esta gente es tonta todos. Atácalos, atácalos, joder. Yo...
Stop.
What's wrong?
Huh.
Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. You've shown me that you're serious.
¿Y este por qué se queja? Joder, ese quería que le cortara el brazo. El Cyno estaba súper hypeado. ¿Y ahora qué? Adiós.
I was really
Ah, menos mal. Vaya fe que tiene. Más fe que yo, chaval.
Okay.
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
Hombre, claro, son 3 contra 4, tío. Y cada uno de vosotros puede con los 3 probablemente. O sea que imagínate.
Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are other.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself?
Literalmente.
Okay, let's get moving.
Ok. Ahora. Secretos del desierto ardiente, chaval. ¿Hasta qué hora decía? Hasta las 6. Vale. Hasta las 6. Okay. Vale. Espero que me valga de aquí y no me ponga que es del otro año, ¿sabes? O sea, del otro, sí, del otro año, del otro día. En plan, que tengo que esperar otro día más. Vale, vale, bien, bien, bien. Vámonos aquí. Pum. Ole, otra vez ahí calmaditos. Chill.
Looks like we have everyone here.
I'll watch from a safe distance.
Pero ¿para qué quiere decir? No lo entiendo. O sea.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless.
Huh.
Fine.
Vale. ¿Cuál es el lugar acordado? ¡Joder! Pues a caminar. Eso sí que es la pirámide, ¿eh? Aquí sí que se va a liar, que flipas. Vale. Pues nada. Se viene un camino largo. Mira cómo mola el pajarito este que planea, tú. Ah, wow. Full chill. Vale. Debería haber pillado un TP en algún lado. Vale, ahí está. Menos mal, porque si no me iba a caer y me iba a hacer una gracia. ¿Podemos planear desde aquí? Sí, yo creo que no tardamos mucho en llegar tampoco.
A familiar sight.
¿Esto qué? Ah, es un cofre común. Pensaba que era un cofre lujoso. Me he rayado ahí. A ver si encontramos escarabajos, tío. Voy a ponerme el mapa. A ver, por aquí abajo, vale. Vale, voy a hacer un pequeño rodeo. Vale, voy a hacer un pequeño rodeo, ¿eh? Por aquí hay escarabajos, por aquí. Que lo estoy viendo ahora. Así que vamos a desviarnos un pelín. Me molaría también pillar un TP para no tener que pegarme la pateada de la vida cada vez que quiera volver. Mira aquí un montón de cosas. ¡Pum! Mira aquí. Ni acá. Toma, chaval. Me llaman el mejor. Mira, a mí me dan notas este. ¡Boom! ¿Cómo aguanta tanto, tío? ¿Sé que me da? Carne. Ah. A ver, nunca he comido carne de escorpión, pero no me parece... ¡Ay, Dios! Ya, qué cabezado. Tú, gordo, fuera. Tú. Mira, aquí hay un TP. ¡Míralo! ¡Dios! ¡Qué guapo! La pirámide invertida esta. Mola un huevo. Quiero escarabajos, tío. ¡Pum! Míralo. Anubis, qué máquina. Bueno, Anubis no, en verdad sería más bien Ra. Pero... ¿Y esto? Un templo. Bueno, vamos a lo que nos incumbe. A ver, ¿dónde hay escarabajos? Vale, por aquí. Según esto, mira, aquí hay uno. Toma. Por aquí abajo, según esto, hay bastantes escarabajos. Mira, aquí hay un huevo. Vale, 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 nice. A ver, escarabajos. Con pillar 10 para subirle 10 niveles me vale. Que se dice pronto, también te digo, 10. Llevamos 2. Me parece muy fácil. Buah, ¿cómo me voy a meter luego a mundos de peña random a farmear escarabajos, tú? Aquí no parece que haya, No. Aquí no hay. A ver qué hay aquí. Aquí no hay nada. Toma, zorro. Que también como que no se ven desde muy lejos, O sea, tienes que acercarte para verlos. Mira, un disquete. Quiero escarabajos, desgraciados. Bueno, ya iremos encontrando por aquí. Vale. Mira, alguna máquina de estos. Van un huevo esos bichos, Vamos a pelear con este. Quiero ver. Espero que esto no se levante, Eso parece que no. Ven aquí, crack. Ah, que está esto en medio. A ver. Creación primigenia. Yo. Joder. Pues se recargaba rápido, la ulti de este tío. ¡Pum! Y ¡pum! Venga. La mano invisible, esto tío. Vale. No sé en qué momento ha activado la invisibilidad, pero bueno. Me deja algo. Joder. Sin eso habría perdido, O sea, sin eso me ganan, vaya, me derrotan, pierdo el juego. Mira un pajarito ahí. ¡Dios, qué guapo! Va. Qué guapo está esto, tú. Míralo. ¡Ay, Dios! Toma. Aquí los escarabajos, yo. A mí me decían que aquí había escarabajos, tío, me han timado. A ver el mapa. Ahí me han timado, me han dicho que aquí había, tío. Se me ha bugueado el mapa. Sí, se me ha bugueado el mapa. Literalmente. Joder, se me ha bugueado, tío. Eso es una shit. Pues nada, vamos a... Mira qué guapas las estatuas de Anubis. Mira, un dendroculo. Ah, como las piedras de encanomilla, ¿no? Debe ser esto. Joder. Vale, ya está el mapa. A ver. Pone que por aquí hay un huevo. Concretamente a este lado de la pirámide. A ver dónde está... Ah, pero tenemos que ir detrás de la pirámide, ¿o qué? Sí, eso parece, ¿no? ¿Me puedo...? A ver. ¿Puedo subir por aquí? En plan, escalar. No creo, ¿no? Ah, pues sí. Sí, sí, buenísimo. Ah, bueno, aquí hay que escalar, pero por poder se puede. Espérate que al final voy a caer por tonto. Este sitio da un mal rollo que flipas. Me recuerda un poco el cielo a Inazuma. Pumba. Vale. Voy a intentar subir, aunque no creo que haya nada, pero... Joder, ¿por qué siempre me pongo a subir a los sitios más inútiles de todo el juego, tío? Pimba. Ah, sí que se puede. No creo que haya nada, ¿no? ¿O sí? O va a llegar un momento en el que no vamos a poder subir o algo así. Aunque no parece, la verdad. Esto está bien también para subir. Pero aquí por el borde, facilito. Mira, aquí te vienes por aquí por el borde. Más fácil. Ole, hemos llegado al final. Casi. Falta un poco. Pimba. Oh, ¿en serio va a haber un Dendroculus aquí? ¡Ole! ¡Qué guapo! Míralo. Qué mal rollo. Pero entonces, ¿para qué está...? Yo pensaba que estaba conectado. Porque si no, ¿cómo vamos a entrar aquí arriba? Arriba de la pirámide. Aquí. Como no se mueva esto de alguna manera. Vas a venir por aquí que quiero los escarabajos. Me da un huevo, es enorme este sitio, tío. Ah, no sé, por aquí hemos venido. Ah. Por aquí. Me voy a caer. ¡Ah! Molaría que fuera de verdad hacia abajo, tío, el este vecino. Porque que se queda como bugueado, tío. Según esto, por aquí voy a viajar abajo. Como me estén timando otra vez. Voy a consultar otra vez el mapa, tío. Loco, aquí pone que aquí hay escarabajos. A mí que no me timen. Pone que aquí hay escarabajos literalmente, tío. Mira, concretamente aquí. Pone que aquí hay escarabajos. Y yo no estoy viendo ninguno. A mí me están timando. Ah, qué guapo de noche, tú.
A familiar sight.
Qué guapo. No, me han timado otra vez, tío. A mí me están timando. No entiendo nada. Media hora para buscar escarabajos pochos, tío. Como no estén aquí en los... ¿No será esto? No. Esto es literalmente una shit. Mira que ven, 5 protojos más. Qué ilusión. Mira, aquí hay uno. Mira, aquí hay otro. Mira, muñeca. Vale, tenemos 5 escarabajos, me parece. Necesito 10. Vamos a ir moviéndonos hacia el sitio este. Tampoco es plan de que estar aquí esta mañana. Si veo otro, lo pillo. Pero es que no hay, tío, no hay escarabajos, no entiendo nada. Vale, es literalmente en la otra entrada, ¿no? O igual esa es la entrada, ¿no? A la pirámide. Oye, que quiero escarabajos, por favor. No tengo nada. Aquí no hay. Mira esos randoms ahí. Mira, aquí igual hay uno. Tú, feo. Vamos, Kazuha, tú puedes. Bueno, casi.
Follow the wind.
Míralos. Ha costado llegar.
They got here before.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon was set by fire?
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. You brought fewer people.
Bring him out.
¿Y este random?
Grandpa!
El abuelo.
Why is there only one of them?
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word.
It's a one-for-one exchange.
Joder.
Sounds fair, don't you?
Tus muertos.
And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already a huge compromise on my part. Don't you think?
Tus muertos pisados, parte de la cara. Parte de la cara.
You stay right there.
Dale. Dale. Parte de la cara. ¡Yaca! ¿Va? Vamos, Cyno. Vamos, Cyno. Vamos, Cyno. Bueno, eso es un poco... Cuchilla del Mercadona. No, 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 no. Algo está pasando. El poder de Kusanali. Dios. Qué guapo. Qué guapo. Ahora estamos dentro, ¿no? De la pirámide.
This day's going just great.
What a nuisance.
Tu muerto es un problema.
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us.
Kusanali.
It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said. The dendro Archon.
Grandpa? Grandpa?
Hey.
Pero este pavo está, yo qué sé, flipando.
Did there used to be a temple here?
¿Tú crees?
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to the Scarlet King's civilization. This structure must be ancient. Over time, the sandstorms completely buried it and left it in the state we see now. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Bueno.
Oh, a miracle. Praise the Scarlet King.
Sí, vamos, una cosa.
And his men too?
They must have fallen down here with us. Pretty lucky if you ask me. Most of them seem in really bad shape, except for him. He got off lightly.
Huh.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted Lord has
Sí,
shown us
el
the
rey de
way
tus
to a
muertos
sacred
pesados.
palace.
As it happens.
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious?
Hombre, yo también quiero entrar, ¿no? Venimos aquí y no entramos. Tú eres tonta, Paimon.
From harm, and the next, remnants of the Scarlet King. Two major deities are vying to showcase their power to us.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
Pues yo sí, Paimon.
In my view, gods are new discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here nor there.
Raman, what are you gonna do?
I'll just let them lay here. The Scarlet King will take care of his people.
Qué bien.
Right now, I'm going.
Qué majo que eres, el Raman. Nara Croft, joder. Que vaya referencia que se llevan los españolitos, chaval. Top comedia. Vamos a entrar. Ah, literalmente ruinas misteriosas. Vamos a ver. Guau, está guapo,
It's full of life here.
Bueno, a ver si con eso te refieres a que no hay nadie.
It looked completely desolate from the outside. Yet, it flows with energy inside.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
Sir Raman.
A ver, el Raman.
Huh?
Qué subnormal.
Interpret it however you want, but there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from the Scarlet King civilization, the energy that flows.
Whatever you say.
There's nothing to be angry about. Think of this as an academic journey.
It does seem kind of strange. If that's true, then we might have to explore this whole area to...
Pues sí. En verdad nunca ha ido Rey Escarlata, eran todos la RUKKHADEVATA. ¿Y esto qué? Día de ritos. ¿Pero qué significa esto? Vale, sí, entiendo que hay que mover esto, obviamente. Pero... ¿Pero qué? A ver, está aquí esto. Como no sean las ramas estas, hay una partida, otra normal y otra más grande. ¿Esto qué es? Una ha brillado, ¿no? Esta ha brillado. Ah, pero giran todas. Y estas giran solo esas, vale. Y esta gira... Vale, solo esta. Vale, ya está. Joder, me he empezado a rayar, tío, que sé. Parecía más complicado. Vamos. Niega. Activar ascensor. ¡Oh, qué guapo! Míralo. El Rey Escarlata. Que es literalmente Ra, ¿no? Ah, no, esto para... Vale, vale. Ah, espera, a no ser que... Vale, no, aquí no hay nada. Los muertos. Y ñaga. Vale. Uy, este ya... Ajá, aquí hay... Aquí hay lío. Vale, fácil. Menos mal que está Kazuha, porque si llego a tener a Tainari como antes, me revientan. Vale, cofrecito. ¡Ah! ¡Qué gracioso que eres! Ah, un poco el troleíto, ¿no? Qué bien. Qué gracia me hace. Vale, por aquí. Por aquí. Aquí esto. Vale. Viva. Venga, alineate. Vale, por aquí hay algo. No. Ah, por aquí hay un cofre. Vale. Ah, eso es lo del otro lado. ¿Un atajo aquí? ¿Algo? No. Vale. Venga. Qué guapo, tú. Mola un huevo la pirámide. Let's go. Venga, pim pam, pum. Que vaya fail lo de que no podamos pillar los escarabajos, tío, porque es que Cyno no pegan nada. Vale, ¿ahora qué? Eso está muy bien y tal, pero... Ah, vale, aquí hay algo. Vale. Vale. Vale, algo de que monte encima, ¿no? Ahora va a bajar de... Ajá. Yo he jugado mucho Dark Souls. Sí, es que, claro. Es que he jugado lo suyo. Ya esto me lo voy conociendo. Ah, no, vale. Lo he hecho mal, joder. Vale. Vale. Entiendo. Es que claro, ya he visto mi buena cantidad, ¿no? De ascensores que hay que montarse encima. Vale, hay que esperar a que baje del todo y ponernos encima. Míralo, qué guapo. Literalmente Ra. ¿Sube ahora? Vale. ¡Buff! Qué guapo está todo, tío. Míralo. ¿Esto qué? Vale. Aquí voy a usar ulti de Kazuha cuando se alineen un poco más aquí. Que si no veo que vamos a estar aquí un rato. Si no quiero. Sí, va. Pues lo podría usar de Cyno, pero bueno, como lo hemos metido ya de Kazuha. Ah, no lo puedo usar en el aire, la ulti. Ah, ves, es lo que digo, tío, es un... Molaría que lo arreglaran, en plan, que pusieran que Cyno sí que puede volar, ¿sabes? Mientras hace la ulti. Porque se eleva, pero no vuela realmente. Entonces, claro, lo hace un poco complicado. No sé, esto está muy bien, pero ¿qué? Ya, ¿qué pasa con esto? ¿Qué hago? Ah, vale, que cambia con esto. Vale. Ya, muy bien, pero... Vale. ¿Y si apago esto, qué? Vale. ¿Ahora se giran estos dos? Sí. Vale. Hay que poner este aquí. Y ahora que giren estos dos. Puede ser. No, pero... No. Vale, no sé cómo lo he hecho, pero lo he hecho. ¿Qué es lo que cuenta? Algo es algo. ¿Y ahora qué? Aquí no. Activar. No, pero esto baja. Lo quiero subir, ¿no? ¿O era otro ascensor? Ah, vale, no. Vale, era el mismo, pero ahora bajamos más, ¿no? Sí, bajamos mucho más. El rey DESHRET. Parece el Irminsul, ¿no? Estamos haciendo al Irminsul. Ah, pues sí. ¡Oh! El Irminsul. ¿No? No puedo correr, ¿eh? Bueno, no sé el Irminsul exactamente, pero es como una especie de brote. No puedo saltar tampoco. Una estatua del gran juez.
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
Pues un árbol y una estatua, ¿qué te parece?
These are Scarlet King runes.
They left something behind.
What does it say?
A ver.
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala.
Yo.
His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration.
You can read ancient Scarlet King script?
Toma, y tú no, pringao.
Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
Fácil.
He's not serious, right?
There's still something off about this place. The element of the scent of life. Is it trying to tell us something?
Yo creo que sí.
Is this it?
Analyzing.
Oh.
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains. Excellent. There's a device from the Scarlet King's civilization in this gravesite. I'll transmit the information over and project it for everyone to see.
Mira qué bien.
Isn't sharing knowledge against the Academia's rules?
Que sí, que eres un hater que flipa.
However, under the circumstances, I'd prefer you to see this for yourself. You'll understand after watching it.
Dale. Ahí lo está proyectando. Oh, dale cinemática. ¡Baf!
civilization is born of knowledge.
Es DESHRET, ¿no?
But so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. The Scarlet King brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague.
Conocimiento divino, ¿no?
Filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across.
Oh, el Elecer.
Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord RUKKHADEVATA from the forests, the damage would have been...
Oh, Bob!
She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life.
Tan,
The disaster was miraculously preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last.
Conocimiento divino, ¿no?
Knowledge continued to exist. It would forever blight this world.
Como en Inazuma, el orden celestial, ¿no?
The proud king of the desert,
Que destruyó
my
todo.
eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself.
¿Pero lo hizo sin querer o qué?
My whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an
¡Oh! ¡Cyno!
As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble
El antepasado de Cyno.
my vision once more.
Buff.
In helping the Scarlet King to
Qué
eradicate
guapo
forbidden
está.
knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange.
¡Oh!
Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death.
Es una reencarnación y ese es el gran juez, el general Mahamatra, Dios.
During my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
Dios. God.
The priest's memories.
Greater Lord RUKKHADEVATA.
Y no solo eso, sino que ya sabemos quién es Kusanali.
This doesn't make any sense. The Dendro Archon's followers.
Was that the former Dendro Archon?
Vaya, me recuerda a alguien. ¿Quién será?
So tiny in the end.
Ay, por eso se quedó así pequeña, ¿no? Porque gastó tanto. O sea, el tío este trajo conocimiento que era perjudicial y la otra le ayudó, ¿no? Y al final se tuvo que sacrificar.
You've just witnessed his priest's last words.
La que te cuento.
Never heard about any of this before. The surviving followers of the Scarlet King all gathered in Aru village. Our God did not make mistakes. The Scarlet King's death, the all but total annihilation
Tus
of our
muertos pisados,
civilization.
que sí, que eres muy guay,
It
porque
was
eres un
all
hater.
Isar is nothing more than a traitor. Who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans. Fighting, feuding, double-crossing each other to survive in the desert.
Qué bien.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't witnessed his last words with my own eyes, ears, and heart, how could I ever begin to accept this?
Porque es un poco tontín, chaval.
The truth is so far from what I've always known. Am I really supposed to believe that after all these years, all this time seeking revenge,
Raman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting.
Realmente eres tonto, chaval.
my Aramites and I,
Porque sois idiotas.
Hey.
I should probably.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh,
Tirarme
I know
de
what
aquí.
you're going, but please give me some time.
It's not gonna.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with.
When would be a good time?
Tomorrow,
Joder, mira que has necesitado tiempo.
And I'll return every last one of your mad.
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy is the sages.
Efectivamente.
Yes. The gods never.
That must have been rough, but he seems to have figured things out now.
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no easy feat. It's too bad he was held back by his belief in the Scarlet King. But
the outcome, well...
We should get going too. Let's head back.
Ole. Ay, Cyno, que te quedas ahí mirando,
Cyno, we're leaving.
Stop yelling.
¡Ja! Tu antepasado, Jugu. ¡Vamos! Pirámides y mazmorras. Adiós, pues Cyno. O antepasado de Cyno, ya sé que no has dado a tu predecesor, así que eres un desgraciado, ¿vale? Pero bueno, se te quiere igual. Venga, déjame irme, gracias. Volveré. Oh, estamos aquí. ¿Dónde está esto? Ah, vale. Aquí no tengo ningún TP. Uf, debería pillar uno, ¿Hay algún TP aquí? Ah, nada, no, si no, no puedo ni salir. Imagínate. Literalmente ni salir puedo. Qué bien. Pues nada, vamos para acá. Anda, estamos aquí en medio de la nada. Vale. Mira, por aquí. Estamos a 500 metros, mira, facilito. Va. Venga, solo. Mira cómo salen más, desgraciados. Mira cómo vienen. ¿Y esto? Ah, la arena, tú, me estabas rayando. Caían cosas del cielo. Me podría pillar aquí el TP. Yo lo único que quiero son escarabajos, tío. Es que me da igual lo demás. Vale. Mira, ahí hay un... Mira, lo bueno de esto es que, claro, el dash este no gasta estamina. Tin, tin, don, tin, don, tin, 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 tirorín, don, tin, don, tin, tirorín. Mira cuánto... ¿Qué quiero, Mira, 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 qué rico. Qué rico, va. Joder, qué diferencia hay entre esa parte de Sumeru, tío, que está muerta, y la otra que es todo árbol, macho. Vamos, Cyno. Tú puedes, Cyno. Joder, un poco de prisa, ¿ve? ¿Se me va a atacar? No, ¿verdad? No. Vale, gracias.
Ramon?
Everything's been arranged.
I guess all I can say.
Yeah, don't mention it. But we share a
A ver, ¿qué vamos a hacer?
I'll bring you to them.
Venga, tráeme aquí un poco a la peña. Mira,
So
dos notas.
these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the...
There's no need to yell.
Muy cierto,
All over the desert trying to find you.
That's right.
Mira el Cyno. Ah, porque este está encargado de estos, ¿no? Claro, es el juez.
General Mahamatra? No, no. Make it quick, please.
Todo cobarde.
Whoa. The moment they set eyes on Cyno,
Hombre.
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done all this by ourselves.
No, not Cyno. He's gonna tear us limb from limb.
I could do worse.
Mercy.
Start talking.
So, your superiors have kept you quite...
They,
Don't play dumb. They extract divine can...
I don't...
Well, you better
You don't want to make
Venga, dale otro
things
strike,
difficult
Cyno.
for yourself, do ya?
Be my guest.
Oh, escaramucia.
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor or anything.
Ajá.
How did you know?
Lo he visto.
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right.
Venga.
The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating a new god. A god that will belong to them and to the people of Sumeru.
Yo cuando Lore...
It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord RUKKHADEVATA,
Pero no ha muerto.
scholarly breakthroughs have been few and far between.
Si no ha muerto.
The
Es normal.
withering of Irmin's soul has been getting worse recently.
Es verdad, el Irmin
The
Soul, sí.
sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord RUKKHADEVATA was still with us.
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up.
The
doctor.
Il Dottore.
He brought a gnosis and said he
Ah,
wanted to
la
go to the
de
Academia's
Raiden.
research facilities. The doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, everyone's expression changed.
¿Qué palabras?
He asked them, do you wish to create a god?
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end of academia looks like.
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based on an exquisite human
Escaramuccio.
art. After that, they harvested dreams via the Seb-Zerus festival Samsara, maximized with the doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency. They were able to use it to extract the power from the Gnosis and convert it into a divine core.
Vale, me había ido un momento. Vale.
Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen,
Claro, para eso
they needed
raptan
a
a todos.
huge quantity of divine canned knowledge.
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge
Sí, la
extracted
verdad
is of
que-
divine origin?
Si les ha dado una embolia, porque otra cosa.
Call it an educated guess? The Academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the scholar's madness for centuries, but...
Ah, era lo del rey, ¿no? Que había traído la locura. Y ahora que se ha ido la reina,
cause of this phenomenon. Surely you can see
ha
what that
vuelto, ¿o
implies,
qué?
Scribe Al-Haytham. If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher. In other words, it's the source of the God of Wisdom's omniscience and omnipotence.
O al revés. ¿no?
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about who their god is. It's the ability to exercise control over knowledge and wisdom that matters. It's as
Literalmente.
if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience and omnipotence that burns in their blood. Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of light. For the sages, their only source of hope is the existence of a deity who
Que
embodies
qué
the
gracia los
acme of
fatuis, tío. Es que
wisdom.
están en todo, macho.
This is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, the absence of a god of wisdom means stumbling in the darkness for the duration of their lives.
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world?
Literalmente.
If you already have a new god, why try
Claro,
to
es que no ha
create
hecho nada
another?
malo, tío. Es bastante pana, de hecho.
From the beginning, the Academia has never treated her as a god. When the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, The sages hoped that she would be as wise as greater
Que
Lord
los sages son
RUKKHADEVATA.
unos notas todos.
But upon they found that at the time she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a ruder awakening. This forced them to accept that greater Lord RUKKHADEVATA
Lo cual no solo es
indeed
mentira.
passed away. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's gnosis had
Ah.
been used to power the Akasha this entire time.
Claro.
By herself, she has neither an Archon's raw power
Joder, pues aún así tiene
nor
bastante
the
poder, ¿eh?
spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom.
Ha podido más o menos parar a Dottore,
Slowly
que es
but
el segundo.
surely, people began to forget about her existence.
So, this is the path the sages have chosen.
All right.
Es como todo lo
let's try
contrario
and
a
keep it
Raiden Shogun, ¿no?
If everyone's in a bad mood, then let's change up our scenery. Raman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to...
Sure.
Como quieran. Venga. Let's go. Niega. Oh.
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after them. The two new...
The atmosphere is so heavy.
Joder, ya ves. Y aún sigue sin hacer nada, que se han llevado a Kusanali, yo lo recuerdo, está por ahí, se va a morir.
Hey, say something. Stop spacing
out.
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about?
Or I can go fetch some snacks.
O podéis hacer algo útil. ¿Cómo ayudar?
So coming with you.
Do you have any plans, traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are you?
Joder, habría que
So
ir
you were
tirando, ¿sabes? Joder, el Cyno es un god.
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super surreal to hear you talk about it again.
Yeah.
Whirlwind of a story.
It seems like there'll be more
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Raman's joined us, we'll be an even stronger team.
It's time to make a plan.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of the rules in every sense. We cannot allow it to continue.
So,
¿Tú crees? ¿Te has dado cuenta tú solito, crack?
are we on...
Crush the sages and rescue our god.
Efectivamente.
That is our ultimate goal.
Vamos, equipo.
Well, let's brainstorm a little more about what other resources we can draw on.
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid plan.
Efectivamente.
Yep, it'll work out for sure.
Ah, ¿ya está? ¡Hala! O sea que va a haber acto 5 y 6. Bueno, 5, 6 no sé, pero 5 seguro, tío. Qué locura. Y Inazuma fueron 3, chaval. Y eso que fue medio larguillo, ¿eh? Pues ya está, ¿en serio? ¿Va a haber más? ¡Hala! Sí, sí. Va a haber más, va a haber más. Mira, que esa es la misión de Cyno. God. Vale, pues ya está, ¿no? Tú y yo no hemos acabado, ¿eh? Tenemos cuentas pendientes, Cyno. Pero esto no es de... Ah, vale, esto es de Cyno, ¿no? Sí. Vale, pues ya está, ¿no? Joder, en serio, a esperar otros... No, ha molado un huevo, eso sí, ¿eh? Pero a esperar otros 2 meses. La cuarta no ha estado tan bien, pero el acto 3 ha sido God. El acto 4 ha sido más chill, más calmadito así, aunque la cinemática final ha estado bien. Y han peleado el Cyno y el otro. Vale, pues nada. Ya estaría. Ya estaría, ya estaría. Ha estado guapo, en verdad. Mira, mañana igual hago la misión de Cyno. Que puede estar muy bien. Ah, igual hacemos la de Tainari y la de Cyno también. ¿Sabes? Qué guapo, me ha molado, me ha molado. Vale, pues yo creo que hoy ya ha estado bien. Mañana haremos la edición de Cyno. Yo creo que sí. Y a ver si le buildeo hoy. Y mañana ya le tenemos bien para tal. Haremos un par de misiones y ya está la versión siguiente, ya nada. Pero sí que haremos la de Tainar y la de Cyno, que están bien. Vale. Y si hay alguna misión así... Porque se irán saliendo, ¿no? Ahora, claro, acaba de salir la versión, aún no se sabe nada. Pero si hay alguna misión así guay también, la haremos. Joder, pues me he caído con ganas de más, tío, como siempre. Esto es horrible. A ver si sale ya... yo supongo que la siguiente ya sí que acaba. Porque se ha liqueado que en la siguiente versión sale Gusanali como personaje, que tiraremos también. Y probablemente salga Scaramouche como boss, ¿no? Que es el mecha ese gigante. Vale, pues nada, he hablado mucho, he hablado mucho. Mañana más, mañana más Genshin Chin Chin. Así que espero que os haya gustado y nos veremos mañana con más. Adiós.